Hey there, and welcome to our homeschooling journey. In today's video, I'm breaking down everything you need to know to withdraw your child from public school and share a little on how we did it when we withdrew our daughter from sixth grade. Here's a quick disclaimer, feel free to pause and read. A little about me, I am a stay-at-home homeschooling mom to three kids. 2024 to 2025 will be our third year homeschooling our son, second year homeschooling our teen, and first year homeschooling our toddler. So far, we've homeschooled preschool, pre-K, and kindergarten with our son, who was a late talker, seventh and eighth grade with our oldest, who I withdrew from public school, and preschool with our youngest. So let's get into it. Step one, notify your child's school. The first thing you're going to want to do is contact the school. Inform the school of your intention to withdraw your child. This can usually be done through the school office, counselor, or principal. But if you want to avoid, a whole confrontation, just provide a written notice. While a verbal notification may suffice in some cases, it is often recommended to submit a written notice via email or letter to ensure there's a record of your withdrawal request. I decided to write a letter of withdrawal and I mailed it to our school office. This is a letter of withdrawal that I used when I withdrew our sixth grader from public school. Feel free to take a screenshot and use this as you wish. Everything in pink, do go ahead and just replace it with your information. I do have it here, pretty much just saying that I am writing to inform you that child's name, birthday, and student ID number has been withdrawn from your school as of last day of attendance and is transferring to the new private school name. This name, I pretty much just wrote the name that I put down when I filed our private school affidavit. I'll definitely create another video on how to file your private school affidavit right after this, so go ahead and look out for that. The next paragraph says your new private school name will contact you directly for child's name cumulative file. Pursuant to California Education 49068, please provide them with attendance records, transcripts for all grades attended, report cards and reports of classes currently in progress, disciplinary information and records, standardized testing, participation and results, health records, and any other school records regarding to my child. And this includes like IEPs and all that good stuff. Thank you for your assistance. Sincerely, in your name. Step 2, request a withdrawal form. The school may ask you to fill out a formal withdrawal form. You will likely need to provide basic information such as your child's name, grade, and reason for withdrawal. We had to complete a withdrawal form after following up with the school district to confirm that they received my letter of withdrawal, which of course they did not. Also, contact your school district to inquire about any additional steps required to withdraw your child from public school because it is different depending on where you are. Step 3. Ask for transcripts and records. Be sure to request a copy of your child's records, including transcripts, report cards, and any special education records if applicable. You may need these for enrollment in a new school, homeschooling, or other educational programs. In California, you are entitled to request these records under the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. Here's an example of the enrollment confirmation and request for records letter that I submitted to my school. Again, feel free to take a screenshot and everything in pink, go ahead and replace it with your information. But pretty much the letter says, this letter is to inform you that child's name, birthday, student ID number has been enrolled at your new private school name. Again, this is the one that you're going to come up with when you file your private school affidavit as of date of enrollment in new school. Please send the student's cumulative file to this school at the above noted address pursuant to California Education Section 49068. Please include attendance records, transcripts for all grades attended, report cards, and progress reports, disciplinary information of records, standardized testing, participation, and results, individual education plans, IEPs, if any, health records, psychological evaluations, speech and or language evaluations, any other special education evaluations, and any other school records regarding the name above student. Thank you for your assistance. Sincerely, your name. Step 4. Return school property and check for any fees or obligations. One of the last things you're going to want to do is return any school property, such as textbooks, library books, sports equipment, or electronic devices that were issued to your child. And don't forget to make sure if there are any outstanding fees or obligations, such as lunch fees, library fines, or unpaid extracurricular activity costs. Once you've done all that, you're officially on step 5, deciding on a new educational plan. I uploaded a video on how to get started with homeschooling in California. Be sure to watch it to learn more about our state requirements and your available options. With that being said, if your child is transferring to a private school or charter school, you'll need to follow the specific admission process for that institution. If you plan to homeschool, you'll need to file an intent to homeschool form with the California Department of Education, aka a private school affidavit. You are not required to notify the school district, but you must follow California's homeschooling laws. Thank you for watching. Comment any questions you have about withdrawing your child from public school, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a helpful homeschooling tip.